In my work, and I guess in men's work in general, there's a lot of talk about the archetype of the warrior, like working with the warrior, and just wanted to clear up some things that might be it, because like when you hear the word warrior, immediately one thinks that there's enough war in the world, and thus the work with the warrior, because it's not the healthy warrior that we see outside in the world fighting and destroying shit. That's the warrior in the shadow. And also the warrior that we see on Facebook. I mean, just scroll down your Facebook and you'll see the warrior in its shadow as well. And so why do we do all this work with the warrior in men's work? Because the fight is actually internal. Ultimately, the warrior's fight is an internal fight. It's a fight against numbness. It's a fight against mediocrity. It's a fight against the closed heart. It's a fight against limiting belief and thoughts, right? So that's the fight. And saying that, the warrior that's not connected to the lover archetype, which means connected to the heart, is the warrior in its shadow, right? So all the archetypes, if they're not connected to the lover, they're missing the most important aspect, right? So warrior, lover, lover, warrior. It cannot just be warrior. It cannot just only be warrior, right? So the warrior brings discipline, brings boundaries, and brings the continuation, right? The consistency. Like if you think about a warrior, he shows up, and he shows up. And the warrior is always grounded in the principle of honor, right? So this is what we don't see in the world. If you look at a soldier, for example, the warrior and the soldier are two different things. The soldier follows order. The warrior follows the code of honor, right? So you've seen it in many movies. I think we've seen it in many movies. I can recollect some, but I can't really mention them here. But this thing that the hero gets told what to do, and it's against the heart, and thus in the end he follows his heart, because that's his truth. That's the principle of honor, right? So being connected to honor is the warrior. So if you're finding yourself in arguments on Facebook, check your warrior and check your heart and check your honor, actually. And perhaps even think like this: would I speak to this person like this that I'm doing via the scribbles live? Would I actually say this to this person's face in real life? I mean, Facebook is real life, I guess, more real than ever. But would I say it to his face? And if not, maybe I should just not say anything, and maybe I should turn up the lover archetype, right? So freeing the warrior, very important. Freeing the inside warrior and choosing the battles. And in my work, I focus a lot on choosing the battle of fighting numbness. And this has been my own journey, because we can use the warrior to numb ourselves as well. And for some things to happen, as we're seeing in the world especially, the warrior must be numb, right? It must be numb to kill, right? We have trained ourselves to become numb. And this is in generations, and it's in the DNA. It must be in the DNA that whatever we have done in the past, we had to become numb, right? So there's a sacred way of hunting, there's a sacred way of killing, and it's been a long time that we have not honored the sacredness of killing. And thus we have the warrior in its shadow type. And of course, this is just speculations. We can't really know if this is true. This is what I believe in, and this is what I study, and this is what I love to think about. I mean, I'm a philosopher. I'm just sitting here, pondering about how the universe is screwed together. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Okay.